the next session in the BI track. And it's all about how to create amazing data experiences with Power BI. And this is the second session out of 4 that is really together, the keynote. And we're going to start again with a vision. And the vision is all about a data culture where everyone gets to have the data and the tools to drive insights. And every decision is powered by insights. And for this, we have introduced in the previous session this framework of the 3 circles. The 3 circles are going to show us, allow us to go and really provide these amazing data experiences so we can really capture everyone. So that is what this whole session is about, amazing data experiences. So every individual in the organization has the tools and the data that they can drive decisions, and every employee in the organization is going to fall in love with data. So we are going to talk about how we're going to do that, and we're going to have a walkthrough with Justina. She's going to show us how we make the experiences easy, the experiences pop with the power of AI. So Justina, take it away.
Thank you so much, Amir. Hi, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about amazing data experiences that are coming to Power BI for every single individual. And for our report authors, it's all about these intuitive, familiar experiences, even if it's your first time using Power BI. And for our consumers, it's of course all about exploring your data and unlocking amazing insights. So we're going to start the session off and kick things off with AI-infused experiences. And here with AI, what we're really trying to do is help our users discover insights really easily through their data. And a couple of months ago, we started this big investment on AI visualizations, which is all about just having normal Power BI visuals with a sprinkle of intelligence inside them. So with a little bit of history, back in September, we launched a GA of Key Influencers, which packages up decision trees and regression analysis and allows users to really easily do key driver analysis. A month later, we launched our natural language capabilities and completely revamped them in Power BI, launching the Q&A visualization, which allows any user to just add a Q&A visual to their report and start exploring their data using natural language. And a month later after that, we launched a decomposition tree in preview. And this is an amazing visualization for just being able to do root cause analysis with your data. And we saw amazing uptake of these visualizations. We saw a ton of customer excitement. So I just wanted to pause here for a moment and talk about a couple of real-world successes, real-world customer stories about how these visualizations are being leveraged in a variety of different organizations. So starting out with Zurich North America, Zurich are leveraging Power BI for doing claims analytics. They're looking at their claims data, and one of the problems that they're trying to solve is understand what drives claim amounts to increase and to decrease. And so here, the Key Influencers visualization can help them automatically rank features like customer industries and profit centers to get insights from their data. The decomposition tree has been a great hit with our customers, even though it is still in preview. And one of the customers who is an early adopter is BP, and they're leveraging the decomposition tree for their financial data. And one of the things that they're looking to do with it is to automatically identify where their actual expenditures deviate away from their forecasts. And you can see a snapshot over here. The final example I wanted to bring up is GSK, who actually went through a bit of a restructuring of some of their reports, where they had these reports that had a lot of filters and bookmarks and rule-throughs, and just simplified them. So they're able to provide standard reports enhanced with natural language capabilities for their end users to just be able to do ad hoc analytics by asking natural language questions. With that, I just wanted to jump straight into the demo and show you a couple of amazing enhancements we're adding to these various visualizations. So I'm going to start out in Power BI over here. And you can see in this particular scenario, I am looking at doing some analytics of my online store. And I've got a variety of KPIs that I'm tracking, such as my website visits, revenue, and cancellations, and so on. One of the things that I've noticed is I have a high number of cancellations for my outdoor products over here. Now, if I actually click into this, I, of course, get some additional context, I get some insights, but I really want more than this. I want to understand what sorts of customers are canceling and potentially why. And so a great way to carry on exploring my data and doing more with it is to use the decomposition tree. Now, the decomposition tree has a number of updates that are coming to the visual today. So if you download the latest Power BI desktop, you're going to see enhancements such as direct query support for not just the decomposition tree, but also for key influencers, as well as tooltip support over here. And I was actually on Twitter just a couple of minutes ago before the session, and I saw that some of you guys have already discovered this and are creating these report level tooltips, and they just look amazing with the decomposition tree. So it's really exciting to see people already using this. But we have more enhancements coming to the decomposition tree later this month. So let's go ahead and actually start exploring our data. And one of the things I want to drill into is my product type, because we saw there's a lot of cancellations happening with our outdoor products. So I'm going to drill into this. And you're going to see immediately that the color of the decomposition tree changes. And this is because we are adding conditional formatting to the decomposition tree, which I know a ton of you guys have been asking for. So in this particular case, even though I am looking at my cancellations, I'm actually coloring the tree by the percentage of products canceled. And being able to look at these two metrics together really gives me a full picture of what's going on. So for example, over here, we can see that despite the fact that my outdoor products have the highest number of cancellations, my electronics products over here have a higher percentage of products canceled. You can see it's 6% versus 3% over here. But let's imagine I want to actually carry on exploring my outdoor products. So I'm going to go ahead and drill in further. And with Power BI and a decom tree, you can of course use these AI splits that will automatically analyze your data and figure out where I should be exploring it. So I'm going to select high value because I care about where my cancellations are high. And Power BI automatically tells me to explore the 35 to 50-year-old age group. And if I keep drilling in further, within this group, it's my adventurers, customer segment. And within this group, it's those who do not have loyalty cards. So in literally a couple of clicks, I was able to identify the subsegment of users I should be focusing my analysis on. Now, if I want to explore this further, I can of course click on this and my whole report cross filters, but I can click on any node, not just that final outer node, to be able to cross filter my data. Now imagine I want to place other visualizations on this page too. So I'm going to resize this visualization, and you're going to see as I resize this, the visual automatically snaps into place. This is because we've also added a responsive mode for the decomposition tree, which means that it's much easier to place it in compact spaces, and it's going to automatically resize to the size of the screen that I'm using at the moment. And all of these changes are coming as part of the general availability of the decomposition tree in May. So I'm really excited that later on in this month, this is going to be just generally available for everyone. It's no longer going to be a preview feature. And there's one more thing I wanted to highlight that's also coming as part of the GA, which again, I know a lot of you guys have been asking for. So now that I've identified this subsegment of users that is interesting to me, I want to keep exploring this data. Maybe I want to look at cancellations across time, but just for this subsegment. So now if I actually right-click on this subsegment, I can drill through to more pages and ask more questions. And you can see over here as I drill through into my Q&A page, take a look at the filters that are already applied to the page. These are all the filters that were passed context from the decomposition tree. So we're analyzing our outdoor adventurers who are between the age of 35 to 50 with no loyalty card in literally one click. And now I want to keep exploring this group using natural language. So I've already placed the Q&A visualization onto the canvas. And of course, I can get started with some of my out-of-the-box questions, maybe looking at website visits and sales amount by customer. And Q&A is just going to plot me a beautiful visualization right over here. If I only want to, let's say, look at my North America customers, the whole visualization automatically updates. It's just another visual on the canvas. But usually, if you have used Q&A before, those automatic suggested questions were generated by the system. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking us to be able to generate those questions yourself because you want to use it as a way to ramp up your users of Q&A or give them some recommendations as to what to look for. So if you go into the Q&A tooling today, this is out today, you'll notice a new tab for suggested questions. And here you can go ahead and actually author your own suggested questions. So all those questions you saw at the beginning were actually ones that I authored myself. but there's more coming to the tooling very, very soon. So another thing that we wanted to do is just make it much easier for you to add synonyms to your data. So if you'll notice this new Add Terms tab, this just allows you to add new terms in bulk directly to Q&A. So for example, if I want to add some terms to my online sales, let's look for something like maybe web sales, I can just add that as a field. And I've even got suggested terms which are coming from Bing and from Office, giving me automatic recommendations as to what other language I should add. And again, I can just add those super easily directly to my synonyms list. I can even do things like choose whether a particular field belongs in Q&A or it doesn't. Maybe I don't want repeat customer to appear as something that users can search for. I can simply switch it off without hiding it in my report view. But we want to make it even easier for you to add synonyms, because even here, you still have to do a little bit of work. So let's go ahead and think of a new question that we may want to ask. So one of the things that we saw before was that our cancellations are going up. So we want to see, was this kind of happening across time, or is this something that has always happened? So I'm going to look for something like canceled purchases by date. And you'll notice something interesting here. Q&A does not understand that term. It has not found a synonym for canceled purchases. It's not sure what I'm talking about. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if Q&A could just take context from the rest of my report? So let's actually give this a try. Let's go into my maps visual for a second. And we can see over here, we are plotting cancellations and percentage canceled. And let's imagine for a second that as a report author, I renamed this field, because we know a lot of you users do rename fields inside the field realm. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this to canceled purchases. And we're going to take a moment, and we can see that the title over here updates. And we can see that the graph of the Q&A visual updates as well, because it is now able to recognize this term. We're just automatically picking up synonyms from all these different field renames to make your experience that much easier. So this graph looks a little bit messy. So let's maybe just look at the last 3 months, for example, over here. And we can see there's this clear trend that for this subgroup that I'm analyzing, my cancellations are indeed going up. So maybe I want to investigate this further, maybe throw some sort of promotion at these users, and I can do something actionable as a result of this insight. So some really exciting things that are coming for decomposition tree and for Q&A in the short-term future. So with that, I'm going to jump back into my slides. And I just wanted to say at this point that we're not stopping over here. While we're improving our existing AI visualizations, we're actually going a step further, and we want to introduce completely new AI experiences for our users as well. So to complement the natural language querying capabilities, we are super excited to announce we're also adding natural language generation to Power BI. And here we're announcing our smart narratives visualization experience, which can automatically summarize a visual or even an entire report and create a dynamic summary based on all the most important insights that we have found. And here, I don't want to spend a huge amount of time talking about this. I just want to jump straight into the demo and show you what kind of experience we are delivering. So I'm going to jump into my other Power BI file over here. And what we've got over here is a page just looking at my various transactions. And we've got a couple of visualizations that are pretty self-explanatory, such as my KPIs and my column chart over here. But there's something that I may want to get some additional information about, so just my scatter chart over here. So it's going to be as easy as right-clicking a visualization in Power BI and choosing to simply summarize it to generate an automatic summary of that particular visualization. So Power BI has taken a look and analyzed the data, and let's take a closer look at this. And we can see it's already found the most important things I should be paying attention to, such as which city and which region has the highest revenue per transaction, as well as the highest number of transactions. But I can even see things like what are the expected range of values for these various metrics. So I can understand that most cities were actually below $45 in revenue per transaction and had less than 10 transactions. And so all of that is just automatically summarized for me. I didn't have to do anything for these numbers to appear. But there's more. Let's go to our next page. And over here, things are a little bit more complicated. I have 4 visuals on the page. And I don't want to right-click every single one of them and generate a summary, because that's going to take me quite a bit of time. It's not a great user experience. So instead, we're actually just adding a completely new Smart Narratives visualization experience over here. Now, when I select Smart Narratives, Power BI is automatically going to scan all my data. It's going to figure out what are the most important things it should be focusing attention on. And it's going to generate me a summary of everything that was going on in my report page. And not only does it generate the summary is also highly customizable. So if I want to, let's say, go ahead and select certain text, and maybe I want to make some of it in bold, maybe I want to change the colors of the text, I can just edit it like I would edit any text in Power BI. Now, I'm going to skip ahead. Imagine I've done a bunch of nice and fancy customizations, and you can see that you can start creating these sorts of experiences where the summaries just look absolutely gorgeous next to all of your data. So let's actually take a moment to dig in a little bit to these summaries and actually see what kind of things are going on. So I'm just going to zoom in over here. And let's take a moment to look at our website visits and sales, and let's take a look at what the summary has actually generated for me. So there are a couple of things that just come up straight away. First of all, Power BI is automatically doing trend analysis for me. It's telling me that both my revenue and visits have grown since we basically started tracking this data, and it even calculates what kind of growth it's seeing, 72%, 77%. Again, I didn't have to do anything. It's just automatically generated things for me. But what's also important is if you take a look over here, what happened in the last month or so is there's actually been a bit of a change. Visits are falling, revenue's increasing, and Power BI picked up on that as well. It actually told me revenue rose by $770 while visits fell in the last month. So it's automatically been able to look at this data, analyze it, and figure out what should it be summarizing for me. Now, what if I want to actually customize the summary and add some of my own insights to this as well? I can do that too. So let's go ahead and actually try and generate some of our own text here as well. So maybe one thing I want to learn more about or kind of tell my users about is the returns. So I'm going to say returned items, let's say amounted to, and now I have a bit of a problem because I don't want to just put in a static amount, because that's not going to be very useful. I want Power BI to dynamically calculate that for me. So there's more. I can add dynamic values as part of this experience. And not only can I add dynamic values, I can use Q&A to add dynamic values. So we're expanding the scope of Q&A, of not just asking questions of your data, but being able to create your own calculations without even using DAX. So maybe we want to just look at count of, and you can see Q&A is giving me a drop down, it's giving me suggestions. I'm going to say count of returns, and I'm going to save this as a value. And it's a little bit hard to see over here. So what I'm going to actually do is just select it and make the text white. And here we go. We have generated a dynamic value, which is being calculated. We can see returned items amounted to 26,000. But there's still more. Now, if I have this summary over here, I want this summary to be dynamic, right? So if I, for example, select my outdoor products, the rest of my report is going to cross-filter, and I want the summary to cross-filter to only focus on my outdoor products too. And when I select this over here, you can see all of my visualizations update, and so does the narrative. And so does the automatic text, as well as the generated calculations that I added myself. So we can see returns actually updated to 11,000. If we take a look at something else like our electronics over here, these summaries are even more clever because they don't just update the dynamic values, they update the spirit of the summary as well. So here, for example, for electronics, you can see that visits and revenue are actually have differing trends. And here the summary has updated to say, hey, revenue is trending upwards. But, you know, if we take a look at our visits, that's actually trending downwards. So the whole text changes to get updated as well. And let's take one last look at one more thing, which is a more complex summarization and a more complex filtering experience. But I just think this is super cool, and I just want to show you what kind of things you can do with these automatic summaries. So here I've just blown up one of the visualizations from the previous page. I'm going to generate my summary. And we can see Power BI automatically tells me which of my products, because here I'm looking at trends across multiple different products, which one saw the largest increase and which one saw the largest decrease. But what if I'm only interested in this particular trend over here? Well, I can just select both of these data points. And now the trend analysis is just going to run for that fragment of the data. So you can see sales is trending downwards. What if I want to look at this fragment over here, which is, kind of spanning 2 different quarters? Here we can see sales is trending upwards, and it actually resulted in 146% growth. And we can see specifically how much it rose in the quarter. So again, I can't wait to release this feature to see what kinds of things you guys are going to do with it, because I think it's, going to be really, really exciting. Okay, so with that, I am going to jump back to slides. And we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're now going to move into our PowerPoint for data portion of the presentation. And here we're going to look at, with PowerPoint for data, this is really all about providing our users with a familiar and intuitive experience when they come into Power BI. They should just feel at home, like they're using PowerPoint, like they're using Excel. We want the onboarding experience to be super seamless. So we're investing in better onboarding to the Power BI desktop. So just like in PowerPoint, when you open up a new slide and you can, see those placeholders, for example, for title and for text, here we're adding watermarks to help you figure out what sorts of things you should be doing as a new user. So you'll open up Power BI and you can, for example, see, hey, you can automatically add data to your report. Or once you've added some data to your report, this is the next step for you to be able to go and build your first visual by, for example, dragging one of these fields from the field well into the canvas. But there's a lot more coming from this PowerPoint for data portion. So here I really didn't want to spoil it with the slides. I want to jump back into the demos and show you what sorts of things that we are working on. So over here, I am actually going to switch over to my other Power BI. And I'm going to jump back into my transactions page over here. So I'm almost done building this report. It's looking pretty good, but I want to add some final pieces of polish to it. And so one thing that I would like to be able to do is maybe update these KPI cards, maybe change the text around a little bit. Now, 2 years ago, you may recall that we stole the red snap lines from Power BI, from PowerPoint for data, where, as I drag things around, you can kind of have this red snap lines to help you align things. A year ago, we shamelessly borrowed grouping. So this year, what we are adding to Power BI is the ability to use last to select to be able to select around multiple different visualizations. So you can see over here, I'm dragging across, I'm selecting all of these different KPI cards, and now I can easily move them around, or I can format them as well. So I can do things like maybe change the text size around, and all of my cards are going to update. But what if I want to do some slightly fancier editing and formatting of these KPI cards? And the next feature I want to show you is actually something that isn't coming from the Power BI team. It was something that was built by Danielle Perilli, who works for SQL BI. He built a ton of amazing custom visualizations like the synoptic panel. And as part of the contributors program, he has added an amazing formatting option to Power BI, which is these gorgeous looking drop shadows. And I can change the color, I can change the positioning of the shadows. And I mean, just look at how gorgeous they look. I was actually blown away when I first tried this. I didn't realize how amazing they were going to look, because it just looks like I have spent, hours working on this report rather than those 5 seconds where you saw me do this. So I'm super excited about this feature, and I know I'm going to be using it a lot for sure. But, one thing that we were thinking about is, it's great to borrow all these kinds of concepts from PowerPoint, but, we can also outdo PowerPoint. We can actually just do more with these features too. So I'm going to jump back into my number of website visits and sales amount. And you might notice that there's some outliers with the website visits. So wouldn't it be great if I could just select those outliers really easily and do, and understand some insights about them? So we're not just bringing lasso select to visuals, we're bringing lasso select inside visuals as well. That's right. I can just easily drag across inside the visualization and go ahead and select these outliers and get the rest of my report to update. And we can see over here that a lot of these outliers are actually coming from Europe. So maybe, it might be nice to add another report page looking at website visits, because this seems to be something that is quite insightful that my users might want to learn about. Now, one problem I have is I am running out of time, so I need to be able to do this quickly. So wouldn't it be great if Power BI could just help me build this report page as quickly as possible through the use of templates? And this is another thing we are borrowing from PowerPoint. We're so excited to announce that templates are coming to Power BI. And these are all built based around the sort of customer patterns that we see of data. So let's start with the first one over here. I'm just going to bring this in. And let's go ahead and add a visual. I'm going to add my number of website visits, and I'm going to look at it by maybe age group. Then here I'm going to add a second visual, and let's take a look at maybe my average daily website visits. Third visual, number of website visits as a KPI card, and of course we need a title for the page. So let's go ahead and add website visits. And there you go. I built a full Power BI report page with a background and styling in about 10 seconds. And we're going to be adding a ton of these, templates coming to Power BI based on these sort of customer patterns that we see. So if you want to, for example, visualize a lot of your time series data, then we're going to have templates more optimized for that sort of view. And you can see I added the beautiful drop shadows here because I couldn't resist. If you have a lot of slicers, for example, that you want to filter your data by, we're going to have templates optimized for the sort of slicer views. So you can add a lot of those. And all of these template pages that you see me showing you, I built them in about 10 minutes because it was so simple. I just clicked, added the visuals, did a minimum amount of styling, and the pages just looked gorgeous by themselves without really any effort. So again, I can imagine this is going to be a great feature for all of these report authors, new and existing, who want to really elevate the reports and make them look beautiful and stylish. Okay, so I'm ready with this report. I'm pretty happy with it. So the next thing I want to do is publish it for my users. So I've gone ahead, here's my Power BI app, but really I want to provide my end users with even more exploration options of this data. Now you saw some exploration options we're already providing for Power BI, such as the ability to explore your data using the decomp tree or leveraging Q&A, but we're taking this to an even next level, where you can now start exploring your data from any visualization in Power BI. So as the end user, not as the report author, but as the end user, I can now select this icon and choose to personalize this visual. So let's imagine I don't want this to be a stacked column chart. I want it to be, for example, a donut chart. Or maybe I want it to be a stacked bar chart. It is that easy for me to change the visualization type. Now, my author made this by age group, but really I would also like to see region on here as well, so I can kind of get a full picture of everything that's going on with my website visits. I can just add that to the legend and the visualization updates. And what's super important to highlight here is the visualization is updating in the context of my existing report. We're not creating data silos by duplicating reports or creating copies. This is just analogous to something like a sticky filter. I'm just personalizing the report for myself, but if at any point I want to go back, see the visualization as it was, I can always reset it. So it's just an exploration canvas for me. So let's do another one. Maybe let's look at our KPI card over here. Maybe I want this as a table instead. Let's add a couple of values. Maybe let's look at percentage canceled. Let's look at maybe things by age group. And again, I was just able to add a table to my report that easily. So again, we're just trying to provide our end users with more of these exploration capabilities to go even further with their data. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and jump back into my slides. So just to kind of reiterate and take things back to the beginning, what we focused on today was this amazing data experiences inner circle. But we still have a ton of demos, a ton of exciting content left for you guys. There's going to be mind-blowing demos in the modern enterprise BI circle, as well as, just amazing, amazing experiences in that kind of pervasive BI for the data culture circle. So I highly encourage you guys to go ahead and tune in next to the Modern Enterprise BI session with Amir and Christian. And I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Thank you so much.